We're here at the Independent Show in Boston, but we're with 49er great Ronnie Lott. Ronnie, one of the things that impressed me about your career was character. You, and of course the 49ers, showed great character, but as you've had kids, as you've lived life, how has that translated into the real world, and what advice do you have for kids and or parents?
I think what's interesting to me is that when you look at character is so important because it tells and reveals who you really are. And I think one of the challenges that we can find ourselves doing a lot of things in our lives, but eventually at some point it has to come out. And when it does come out, you want people to understand that you have a moral compass, that's the right moral compass, and more importantly, as a parent, you're trying to get your kids to understand that that moral compass can be the difference of you being able to have success or not success. So having the ability to understand in your life that you got to have character for all the right reasons is so important, and it's an essential. And not only is it essential, but I think it's one of the fabrics of our society. And sometimes we lose it in our country. And when we do lose it, it's sad, but when we have it right, we're the greatest country in the world.
Well, and sports are great because they give you a chance to really kind of do the right thing, right?
Yes, and I think the other thing that I would tell you is that not only does it give you a chance to do the right thing, but it also teaches you right from wrong. You know when you've made a mistake because the referees will pull a flag on you, which they've done a number of times with me. So you know when you're wrong, but you also realize that the next play you have to forgive yourself and move on. And a lot of times when we make mistakes, we don't forgive ourselves. And that's a great lesson for kids because a lot of kids don't forgive themselves. They take it upon themselves. They put pressure on themselves and they don't realize that, you know what, you can make mistakes and still be successful.
Well, it sounds a lot like the Positive Coaching Alliance, a lot of the things that they're doing, right, to help parents and the kids, right?
Right, and the Positive Coaching Alliance is just that. They understand not only how to build character, but they want you to understand the qualities of what positive attitudes can mean in terms of how it can impact your life every day. The great thing about being positive is you find yourself realizing that there are things that you can accomplish, and a lot of times in life, all it takes is encouragement. My wife always tells me, she goes, you got to learn how to encourage even more in life because the more you encourage people, the better they feel. And that's what the Positive Coaching Alliance is all about. And I think a lot of coaches have a tendency, and I'm one of those coaches sometimes, that you get a little negative or you get a little down on someone, and yet that's not what you need, and that's not the kind of environment that's going to allow you to see all your great attributes as a young man or a young woman.
Well, and to your point about moving on, one of the big transition issues is, how do you go from being the top of one thing into something new? And I think you've, successfully transitioned that from football to business.
Yeah, I think what happens is that you got to be a rookie again. And you talk about a character, the character of being a rookie is that you do anything and everything to be a part of the team. Well, you have to do that in life, and when you reinvent yourself, no matter what, each and every time, you have to go back to those attributes of being able to say, I'll do whatever I can to be a part of the team. That's one of the great things in life is that you can learn how to be able to learn, and when you're able to do that constantly in life, you're going to be good at whatever you decided you want to do in your life. So I'm a firm believer that, man, being a rookie is always key to doing whatever you need to do.
Well, that's great advice, whether you're 7 or 70. Ronnie, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.